Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. We're on Cruise to the Edge. We toured to get here. We're on, what day? The day before last of the cruise.
How many days was the cruise? I don't even know.
5 days total, I think.
Shit, it's not enough.
Dude, it goes by so fast. And we're playing all the time. They got us. This is definitely the best cruise we've done.
Yeah, we're playing seven shows in 5 days on the cruise. And all in the same venue.
And
we also
awesome.
hook up our shit every time, which is really nice.
Dude, the stage crew is like unbelievably great here. Like, and they all love us. They keep telling me it's like you guys are like the dream band to work with. You don't ask for anything. You start and finish on time, and like you even like, you know, I see him carrying an amp alone. I'm just like, here, like let me grab a handle. Like we're the same age. You know what I mean? I don't have any ailments. I'll help you carry this. It's fine. But yeah.
Never great.
They're great. And yeah, so yesterday, let's just start with what's on our
one
mind.
of them bought a book for me to sign, the How to Not Suck book.
Really?
Yeah.
The crew?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How to Stop Sucking, it's called.
Yeah, How to Stop Sucking.
But
How to Suck and Fuck.
Dude, yeah,
ultimate
so
guy.
we played a show last. We had Alex Sill, the guitarist from Protocol, that we had on our YouTube channel a few times, sit in with us yesterday, and he did
amazing.
so good, man. It was unreal. Like, I was like, the beginning. So we had him sit in on Juke Joint, on Depot, and Radio School, and I sent him the tracks that day. It's on like he knows our music, and I thought he was just going to learn, like, you know, how to, like, basically figure out what the solos are. That's what I would do. But he knew all the melodies. He knew, like, the changes for everything. He could comp. It was really great. I did find that it's, like, in our music, like, when you have two guitar players comping at the same time, it's such a mess.
Yes.
Like, you can't have it. Also, like, what was super interesting is he plays, like, Holdsworthy stuff. And outside, and like immediately in Juke Joint, when I started comping for him, I started by like playing kind of like the kind of chords
Like
I play behind you.
my stuff, yeah.
So it's like I play a lot of gypsy jazz chords, so it's like guide tone on the middle two strings, like a third and a seventh, and then I put two tensions on top, like 13/9. And anytime I did that behind him, it was just like not working. It's just like it just makes it sound like he's playing wrong shit. But if you play fourths, everything sounds inside. So it's like you have to like really take that Coltrane approach to comping. Even when you're playing, when he's going out though, it works. Like if you just play information from the mode, like, you know, if it's like an F minor chord and you're just moving shapes in Dorian that have like this parallel relationship with no voice leading, like it's like voice leading is the thing that really doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, there wouldn't like we have some voices moving up, some voices moving down, but like the parallel motion makes sense with how he's playing. It just sounds like, you know, you're giving equal weight to all the notes in the mode in the supportive structure, and then like melodically, it just sounds better when he's blending those outside notes. And I was really noticing it the most on Radio School because the solo section just has these like 2 5s and 4 keys, but if I was just playing the chords themselves or the way I would play them, it doesn't work. Yeah. But like when I'm just moving these structures, it works great. And he was in Simon Phillips's band. Like, you know, we watched their show in the theater, and the songs are ultra arranged. They're like very proggy, long compositions, and his solo sections are just these like tiny pockets. They're mixing him low too, and but there's also like there's no, like, it's dynamic, but it's the dynamics of the solo section are pre-decided. Like, he's not free to open it up.
No.
At a certain point, it's like it's worked out into the music exactly like how it's notching up. And man, our band is like, it's a machine designed to build solos. That's what it is. It's what it became. And it's just like, it was just so fun to like just the first moment when I just looked at Everett, because the whole time Everett was like keeping it low in his first solo, playing like like a hi-hat groove. It was kind of like, is he gonna make it? Is it gonna be okay? And then the moment it kind of opened up, he was just like, and just like, awesome shit. Like, really awesome.
No, it's good. It's the best I heard him play.
Yeah. It was the best I heard him play. Like, me and Nick, like, checked out basically everything he has online, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
I think
it's not
this
a lot
is
of
like
stuff.
a really good context to hear like him just fucking shred too.
He's
Like,
shredding
yeah.
so hard.
You know, we need to cut some clips, maybe give to him.
Yeah, like he was shredding so hard, and it was just, dude, it was unbelievable. Like,
What do you think about this type of tone? Like, what is he using?
he's
get this
using
tone?
a Fender amp, tube screamer, delay reverb.
That's it?
Yeah,
So why is the tone like that, the guitar?
he's playing humbuckers, but
No, I was
he's
about to ask if it's humbuckers.
humbuckers, and he's rolling off the tone,
tone,
almost all the way. So he's playing on the tone the whole show between 3 and 5. So that's where he gets all the darkness from. And yeah, it's dude, shit, it works for him. I mean, honestly, I am playing the darkest I've ever played. I've never had a tone that's less treble, and he was playing with like half the treble I was playing.
In some ways, it reminds me of your synth sound that you use.
Yes, everything's again. It's to me, it's like it's halfway between a Holdsworth tone and a Kurt Rosenwinkel tone. Like that's what.
Yeah, like caught with OCD.
Yeah, it's just like very almost square, but it's just what I do wouldn't work with that kind of sound. It's like, you know, the whammy bar stuff. It's like there's like you lose all the strattiness. You wouldn't have any of the clank.
Yeah.
And it's like it's really bad for like heavy attack with the right hand.
Wait, why?
Because you don't get any of that pick definition. So
Wait, why wouldn't you
why wouldn't you what?
get the peak definition?
It sounds really different. It sounds like it doesn't sound metallic when you hit the string.
Yeah,
It's,
a lot of that's like in the real highs, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need your, again, for me, it's like when you roll off from your guitar, you, like, you know, when you're carving out with your amp, if you imagine an EQ, then you're making these like, you know, these U-shaped dips in the frequency range. But when you roll off the tone knob, you're just
It's
killing
like a
all
shelf,
the
yeah.
frequency. It's a shelf.
Yeah.
It's a high shelf. So you're just kind of moving where it's being like rolled off.
Yeah.
So when you move to 3, you're kind of rolling off at like 1K, and all of your pick attack is the frequency range that's right above it, just the perceived sound of like the click. And, you know, my style of playing, especially, like, you know, especially actually when you're doing not even like Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff, but Jeff Beck stuff with the thumb, it's like that, you know, the way the note pops up and then you do things to it, it's like that's all the it's like the relationship between the attack and the sustain. It's like they shave off everything to where everything's kind of like a legato sound, ooh, and then you can move
Yeah,
lines.
that's like ooh. That's
It's the ooh sound, yeah. And but man, I don't know. It was
But
like
actually, it worked in the context. It really came out, which is weird because in Marbin it didn't.
yeah.
And here it really came out.
Was he loud enough in the like? We didn't hear him from the outside.
Yes.
Was he sitting nicely in the mix?
Yes.
Yeah, he was,
Yeah,
he was.
I thought he came out more than you did. At least the last song that I saw, like on Radio School,
Yeah. Like louder, you mean, or just cutting through?
like cutting through.
Yeah. It's very mid-range focus.
Yeah. That's why I said it reminds me of the synth sound.
Yeah.
Like the synth sound always seemed to me for me to be too loud because it's always it's the same volume but it's just like so many mids.
Uh-huh.
So it's like ooh, you know, it like takes over the music. Sometimes I always think like you need to be careful with that because of that, and that's kind of the same way. But he may have himself so low that it's not
all
an
the
issue.
sound guy.
Yeah, but
The
it's not
sound
an
guy
issue.
decides how to put him in the mix.
Yeah, but he actually did a good job.
Yeah.
So, it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it played really well. You know, but it's also made me think that, yeah, it's just I like the context too better because it's our songs.
Yeah.
And then some people, I think, if they heard us play in different contexts, will like it better. Because I remember that most people really like the Dewa Bujana song that I did, the one that won the Grammy, Indonesian Grammy, not Grammy. I wish, Indonesian Grammy, and yeah, it's like some people just they want to hear in a different context. That's thing that we never take into consideration, but like some people just don't like our music.
Yeah.
And it's not even us as players, we just don't like the music.
The tunes, yeah.
The tunes, the vibe,
Yeah.
like the way it's structured,
Sure.
you know, so. I obviously like it, so I thought it was the best it sounded. I'm wondering how he felt about everything. I wish I could talk to him. It's just, I don't trust him. I don't trust musicians.
Yeah, they won't tell you what they actually think until you're like best friends.
You know.
And then even then.
And even then they wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I would be very interested to hear what he thinks about in his heart of hearts.
Yeah.
About it. And also what, all the musicians were, because I had good musicians there. Adam Holtzman heard us.
Yeah, he's going to sit over with us today. It's crazy. He plays with Miles Davis on
Simon Garfunkel.
Yeah.
No, Simon Phillips did, and what's the name of the guy?
Edmaro Ruiz.
Edmaro Ruiz.
He's fucking great, man.
Yeah, he was great.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he was talking to me about our set last time. He was really into Sid Yiddish when I played just the alone thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He said how much he loved it. So he was talking about that. It's like I've been a fan of you from last time.
Yeah.
Played on the pool. I was like, okay.
Yeah, dude. It's
like everybody's been a fan of me. So it's when,
Keep your pants on.
keep your pants on, everybody. No, but it was great. And then Philip Wack.
yeah. Googly. All googly.
Yeah. So he was talking about too. I just don't know how to be on dates with musicians.
Yeah.
I could really be better at it.
Dude.
You're literally in date mode. Like if you look at yourself and you wouldn't know it's a dude, you just look at yourself, you think you want a date.
I have fun, dude. It's really fun for me.
Where you from? Who's your guitar daddy?
I like it, man.
What do you like to do? Let's fuck and suck. Yeah, that's just you guys sound like. I wish I could do it better. I wish I could do it better. I'm just worried that I will end up fucking and sucking some of those dudes.
I just love it. I don't know. It's especially when it's like not fake. Like I kept thinking about it yesterday. It's like a lot of guys. I'm like, oh man, you're great. And it's like, dude, it's like in my heart of hearts, like, the set was like, all right, but like this is just like, dude, you fucking shredded. It's like I'm so I honestly have never been. And like I remember, what came to my mind was that guy in Cincinnati that was like that, but he wasn't great.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
Had potential.
What's his name?
I forget totally.
My brain.
But anyway, we saw like this one guitar player that like had something, and like he played like a few shreddy solos that were really like good and inventive, and that was great to see. But like honestly, like, dude, I've never been on stage with a guitar player that went that hard. Like it was great to see. And also
and like I said, it had to do with the context, because a lot of the people that I would see that maybe it's like I just hate their music.
Dude, also like it was so like to play a solo after that on our music. I kept thinking like it was so bizarre because it was like, you know what I mean? Like it's so aggressive that those sounds against the music are so like violent. That when it's like, okay, and then he's like finished with the solo and we bring it down, it's time to start another solo. You can't do that again.
I actually didn't have an issue. I was wondering about it too, if it's my stuff's gonna work soloing after him, because I guess he soloed after me once, and then I soloed after him twice. And I was wondering if it's gonna be an issue, and I
didn't think it was either.
I did not think it was an issue.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I had like a small part of my brain be like, do or out things, and I was just like, that's gonna be the worst right now. Just
like, do what he does.
Do what he does, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, first of all, I can't, but like, if I tried, it would be so bad, But it's like, it has a lot. Like when you start melodic after a thing like that, it's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
You have to. But yeah. I don't know, it was really fucking cool. It just felt like, it felt like a good idea. Like I was afraid we'd get up there and feel like a bad idea. And
We did it a lot of times in the past, not a lot, we did a bunch of times in the past and it never worked.
Yeah.
Like people, I guess when it was a drummer or something, our bassist was fine, but when we had somebody else come to sit on solo, it never worked.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was shredding. Yeah.
But I don't know how I would feel listening to, let's say, me and him would play the music, like he would sub for you, when it's like, I don't know how I would feel about it, just because it's still the outplaying, it's just not.
It's less in the style of the tunes, but like, I feel like our songs, it was refreshing for sure. Our songs are just really inside, and I'm like, it's crazy. Like hearing those sounds makes me feel like I feel like I'm in a classical music situation. Like I'm playing Beatles tunes after that. Like my solos just feel so in.
Yeah,
I'm just playing because I'm playing the harmony.
It's the harmony and the rhythm. Our rhythm is one of the biggest things that we do.
I actually don't agree with you that it's the legato that does that. I think the legato is like a side effect there, but I think a lot of the modern sound, I was thinking about it yesterday, is exactly not taking your advice. It's sort of like tapping your foot. It's like the idea almost is that everybody, and I think, the few times I played with like modern jazz musicians, and when Ted Sirota and I got lost in like All of Me, even though I played it a billion times, it's that they don't. Like they're not locked. They don't want you to lock in.
Yeah.
They're not trying to lock in. Everybody's just trying to have the same starting point and generate their own time feel.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. It's like,
but it is a legato because you cannot do it without legato. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's a component there. Like, I'm sure you're right. Yes, but I think like the big thing of the modern sound is that you're not supposed to all have one time feel and look for like the pocket and the groove. Like in modern jazz, everybody takes like a starting point and then you just sort of meet at the beginning of every chorus.
It's always start with technical stuff. It's like you start with technical stuff and then you figure out how to work it musically. It sounds backward, but it's literally how everything works in music. If you start playing legato, whatever you're doing right now is not going to work because it's like you cannot play legato and be completely on. Yeah. It's just, it doesn't work.
No, I agree. But
it's like, so you might as well lean into that sound, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying bassists and drummers do it too. They're not really, like when you hear like, like Ben Street and like whoever was the guy, Kurt Rosenwinkel.
Brian Blade?
Let's say Brian Blade. That's a good example too. Jeff something, I was thinking. Jeff played on Kurt Rosenwinkel's Bad Maldow's drum. Ballard. Jeff Ballard. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Like when you hear Jeff Ballard and Ben Street playing, it's like, they're not really trying to lock in. The bassist is really kind of also like playing a lot of hemiolas. Like that stuff like that in his own sort of rhythmic universe, and the drummer's doing a lot of stuff. They're just kind of like falling together at the big points in rhythm. They're just working from like the same pulse, but they're not trying to make the subdivisions lock. And I think like it's like 4 guys doing that at the same time. That's like to separate the voices,
which
to
is
make it
too much.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that's what they're used to.
Yesterday it made more sense because Everett and John don't play like that.
Well, me, Everett, and John, we're all like, we're all trying to lock in. Yeah. We do not play like that at all. We're more like a funk band, in a lot of ways.
So we have a lot of dancing in our shows.
The dancing, it can be overwhelming.
Like, hey everybody, listen. It's music for your brain too, not just for your booty.
That's right.
Stop just dancing all the time in our shows.
That's why you wear the suits. People take you seriously.
Yeah,
they actually do.
Yeah.
Wearing suits changes fucking everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I look at you guys different.
You do. There's some distance between us. But it's good distance. Learn your place.
Peasant.
We wear our suits here.
We wear a suit in this family.
Yeah. Who else with pantsuit in the family? Why was John mad at you yesterday?
That's me?
Yeah, that's what you told me. You said he was mad at you.
But what?
I don't know, in the beginning of the show.
Oh, it's because you're just because we have a new child doesn't mean we're gonna neglect you. You'll still get the solo. He got really pissed.
What? What are you saying?
Oh, well,
You told me, but you never told me what happened.
oh, so John was like, how are we doing the solos? How are we doing the solos like on Radio School? Because we thought I'm taking away his solo. And that's just because you have a new kid doesn't mean you're going to lose all your toys. Mommy and Daddy still love you and get all your solos.
But when they did, or did I ask him to do a short solo?
Yeah, you asked him to do a short solo.
Yeah, which is good.
Because the fucking middle kids always get fucked.
I always am a middle kid.
Oh, he's the old kid. I guess Everett's the middle kid.
Yeah.
John's been in the band for 10 years almost.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So fucking
Psychotic.
crazy. Oh my God. I can't believe that. Yeah. But, yeah, so the one thing that was the craziest is how well we did a tribute Jeff Beck set and how well that went.
Yeah.
That was so bizarre. That was like way better than I thought.
Some people saw.
I thought you should not play the riff and it just doesn't sound good on soprano.
What do you think?
It's way too high. It's not. It doesn't sound like a riff. It makes the whole thing sound not heavy.
That's fine.
Yeah, just.
I didn't even
sit down on
want to
that.
play it.
Don't do it. Yeah, just come in the melody.
Who wants to play? I don't want to play it.
Okay, you're fired from it.
I'm not fired. I quit. Yeah. It's pentatonic, everybody. I can play pentatonic.
That's
Yeah.
Mixolydian.
Everybody can play pentatonic. Yeah, I'm using the third. Yeah, I got it. Understand?
Oh my God. So yeah, we went out of the boat yesterday and went onto the streets of Cozumel.
Still of Laredo, yes.
And we rented a green clown-looking car and went all around the island. And this place is just a gigantic whorehouse / drug house. It's like drug dealer pen.
And we just and everybody, all the Mexicans were mad at us because we did not partake.
Yeah, we didn't buy the drugs.
Like, it's curious. Do you have drugs? Like, yes, we have a lot of cocaine. We have this and this. And it's like, okay, we don't want any. Do you have hookers? Like, oh, we have so many from there. And we're like, we don't want any. So we got mad at us.
We flirted.
Yeah. We teased them.
I think they're really not allowed to stab you here. I think, like, since cruise ships is like the only industry, like they park like 8 of them a day and dump like $1 million every day into this country through cruisers. If they even like, human traffic you a little bit, then the cartel comes and decapitates their whole families.
If you're American like us, then yes.
I don't think they're allowed, because it's like, I was walking around like, this would be dangerous under any other circumstance.
Yes.
But I mean,
there's no doubt that those cruise ships have some deals with the cartel.
Oh, how can you be in this area of the world if you didn't? They control everything.
Yeah, everywhere. Not just here. Here, like everywhere we stop. Yeah, that's why it's so safe.
Yeah. Yeah. It does make me feel like, being on a cruise ship and seeing the amount of slave labor that happens here. And then in Cozumel, how poor and broken down, and like, I think that, like, World War III is imminent. There's like, these people have to rise up and kill everybody.
We cannot.
One day.
We don't have firepower.
I know, but they have the numbers.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
If we were in the same continent.
We are in the same continent, and it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. You don't think they can do some damage if they get, like,
You can do some damage.
If they get like 40 million of them to come fight, just run with machetes.
No, but
swim.
I can make more damage if they come like 1,000 of them. 40 million. 40 million, they're just gonna bomb the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I
God.
would not be, yes.
Yeah, it is crazy. We're trying to get to the mysterious crew bar. Well, let's go talk to them after this podcast. Yeah. So the crew, apparently we talked to the help here, and the Filipinos and Malaysians and Indonesians and Indians have a crew bar at the belly of the ship that artists and
when real parties going on.
guests cannot attend there. But I really want. I just want to. I want to see what's in this ship. I want to see the parts we're not supposed to go to. I know there's a jail.
Underbelly. You want to go to jail?
I want to see the jail. I want to see who's in there.
And break them out?
Oh, do you think there's like an execution room?
Yes.
Like
I tell you.
There's like a little courtroom.
I actually think that they choose Employee of the Month, the best one and the worst one, and they get both sacrificed, and we eat them.
That's what's served at the crew.
Yeah, that's the steak. They mash raw bones and tissue and all of that, and then they construct it as steaks.
Yeah.
And they put gravy on top, and then you eat it.
That makes sense.
And then if it's me, you would say, this is made out of dead raccoon's ass. It's actually made out of people. And then if you're John, you're like, I actually like it. Yummy. Yeah. So.
Sounds like
I like it. That's what he says.
beautiful.
Eating free steak, how can I complain? Nom, 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 nom. That's what he said. And I said, I'll show you how. I'll complain to everybody. I'm gonna throw a goddamn fit about this fucking possum fit steak that we got. And I did. So good story.
Good times.
Good story. Good times on the podcast.
Oh my God, I had such a situation yesterday. It was so funny. So, like, I was just blitzed, stoned out of my mind. We ate like an ice cream sandwich that had like 50 milligrams of THC in it. We split it up, but it was just, that thing took us to the fucking moon. What's that?
It's a pretend alarm.
Nice. Let me wait till that's done. Okay. But anyway, I'm standing there. The guy that runs the ship, Larry, is standing there talking to Mike Portnoy. And the second guy in command, Gene, I'm standing talking to him, and he's like a big fan of ours. And then we talk for a minute, and then I'm like, all right, man. And I go talk to Alex Sill. And then Gene comes by again. He's like, hey, man, come back. Let me introduce you to somebody. And I'm like, oh, shit, we gotta get introduced to Mike Portnoy. Larry's there. It's like this fucking moment. And I'm like standing by Larry and Mike Portnoy, and they're not like turning around. Then it's like, this is the guitar player from Haken. And I'm just like, oh, what up, man? Yeah, we met at Reggie's, you remember? Like, that was fun. It's just like, oh, yeah, it's a good time.
I think we look at us like one of the bands that opened for them.
I know, but like...
we had so many bands open for us, I don't remember most of them.
I know.
Like, some of them I do remember, but most of them I don't remember. Like, even bands that opened for us a bunch of times, some that I don't remember. Like, I would remember if they tell me the night. I remember the night, and I remember... like the sensation of our band, but I don't know the people.
Yeah,
so I think I kind of like that. I was like, yeah, those fuckers, we met them before.
Yeah, I mean, and I look at them like, you know, it's a band. I was at no point like a fan of their music. Like, I don't dislike them, but but you know, I definitely like, you know, I met these guys.
What about that song?
Which one?
In the rat, in the cockroach, the king likes to say, to the queen go away. Pop, 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 pop. You don't like that song?
Termite, frog, termite.
You don't like that song?
Termite. Yeah, I don't know. It's all right. It's not my cup of tea. I don't understand that music. But like, you know, Dream Theater, like the Awake album, I actually was listening to that a lot as a teenager. I wanted to be introduced to Mike Portnoy. And I was just standing there, I was like, oh shit, this isn't this situation. And then I'm like, what's up, Larry? Hi. And then, hi, Mike. And I just went away. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
It's hard to think about musicians that are alive that I would give a shit.
I don't have connection, like, it's hard for me to connect to anybody, but I can't connect to like drummers. Or
you cannot?
It's harder than like guitar players I can really nerd out with.
Well, you guys have so many things to talk about. It's so interesting. Pedals
and amps.
Yeah, like Yellowtown is so scrunchy because like you go through the thing and you put like ching crunch, so it's fun to hear from the outside for sure. Like especially when you're high, it's great times. But I understand it because in saxophone it's even worse.
Yeah. Oh no, you guys are literally the worst.
I have
You don't
nothing
even
to talk about.
none of you talk to each other ever. You don't know what to say.
I definitely don't know.
And the other people don't either. It's like, oh man, you were killing.
Yeah, thank you. You were killing too.
Yeah, man, you're so. Catch a fly.
He just licks his own eyeball.
It's like the conversation. I was like, where are you from? It's like, I don't know. Do you want Netflix and chill? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, from. I want to meet my family.
Just tell them where you're from, piece of shit.
I do.
Don't be a psychopath.
No, I do. I tell them. I go on a date. I was like, I'm from here and here. Wow, it's so great. I visited once. But cute coffee shop. We should go. Totally go. Thoughts. Yeah. So no, I do that. But then I feel empty inside, like a cockroach and the queen. It's a good song.
Did they have a song called The Cockroach and the Queen?
We have something like that. We have a song about the cockroach. Don't you remember? It's like an album too. We just heard it.
Dude, how'd you like Goblin's show yesterday? Demon. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. It was like, I'm gonna say something that
everybody thinks.
That I really do believe. After seeing a lot of prog shows, I do think that prog is what happens when you take people who are unexceptional at their instrument and allow them to complete their vision. Just like, it's sort of like being inside the brain of some guy on the street that like just doesn't know a whole lot about music.
Maybe some nerd on the street.
It's like the ideas are just so incredibly simple, and the only thing that makes it hard is to memorize so many of them in a row.
Yes.
It's like, 7 minutes of non-stop variations of slow stuff and like slightly off, like, odd meter. E E It's just like the length of things is insane, and it's just like a lot of shit, but none of it is like really like intense musically. It's very strange. But anyway, the band, they had like a projector showing like 70s and 80s.
No, I think it's 70s. No, 70s.
70s movies. I believe.
Well, it was a guy that died, like a director.
Do you think they?
It was like B movies, horror stuff.
Do you think they take the movies and compose the music to them?
Yes, I do.
No.
No way. Because they kept repeating clips on the beat. They're definitely editing to the music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's possible.
They're taking like
They
that's.
did correlate for
But
something.
I think they write to the thing and then like take the movie and make it fit with the song. Like maybe
So
like
they write to the movie and then also.
they sort of like use.
I think
I'm guessing they use the movie for inspiration and then they kind of like go
it has
back
to
and make
be.
it fit with the.
Yes, because
song.
I think it's kind of like when we ask you about melody and harmony, and it's kind of comes at the same time.
Yeah. But the keyboard
You
player
don't think
uses.
so? I don't think it has any. How can you play this music without a movie going on? It would be ridiculous.
No, it really did sound like the theme track from Mortal Kombat mixed with the theme track for Beverly
No,
Hills
for a
Cop.
lot of it was nothing going on. It was just backing.
Yeah, they were just grooving for a long time.
I wouldn't call it grooving, but yeah.
It's like it's their version of grooving. That's like it's all they have like it's the Pump by Jeff Beck. Actually, listening to it, I thought that they like set like if this was like the backing band for Jeff Beck. They're not as groovy as that, obviously, but not the Vinny version, but like like when he was like electronica-ish, like that he was just playing his stuff over prog for like later on in his career.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? It's like we always thought it was just hard rock, but like it always had like odd numbers of bars.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
always have weird stuff like that.
But he was just, But that's the thing. Like, a Jeff Beck doesn't belong in the prog world because, you know, it doesn't matter if you play
Because
soft.
it belongs in heaven.
Because
Because it's dead.
if you play slow or fast,
Yeah.
you know, like Miles Davis, Jan Garbarek, they're all instrumentally gifted people, right? It's like they just don't have, like, they don't play fast subdivisions, but they know how to, like, do something with their instrument that people want to hear, that's impressive. And I keep forgetting that, like, most players just don't have that thing. They're not instrumentally gifted. You know what I mean? They're just, like, when they practice, they'll just get to this level. And it's like they write music too. And they have, like, a vision of how it should go too. And they make music that's not centered around that thing. And I think that's really what prog is. You know, it's in no way around, like, accentuating the, you know, one person's instrumental vision. And yeah, that shit's crazy. It was crazy music. Oh, I kept thinking that the keyboard player had, like, white hair and stuff. It's like somebody's grandpa, and it's just like the grandkids show up, like, to the basement rehearsal, and he's just like, whoa, beep, boopity boo, boopity beep. It's like, Grandpa, you're awesome, Grandpa. And it's just like, yeah, you want to watch rehearsal, Kelsey? And she's like sitting there, it's just like, check this out. Oh, It's just like so bizarre. My experience with my grandpa is so different.
The imaginary experience did for yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure his grandkids are just like, what the fuck is this? This is awesome. Grandpa's so crazy. Look what he does in the basement. It's like the woman bases, they're all, like, rocking. It's just like, this fucking dad. And it's like, oh, I was embarrassed by him my whole life. But now I guess it's kind of cool. Yeah, this is what's going on in my mind when we're watching it in the bathroom.
Grandpa, why can't you just have model trains?
Yeah.
This is so weird what you're doing in the basement.
Grandpa, like, that synth sound. When was this? When is this sound from? It's like, oh.
They didn't have some. Did they have tracks or did they use the loop on the keyboards yesterday?
I think they had some tracks.
Some tracks.
But the grandpa's, like, sitting, it's like, Jimmy, back in the 90s, there was an interplanetary battle between. We had to. Shang Tsung stole many souls. And there was a tournament to restore balance in the universe, and you know. Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat has the weirdest premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny, the synth sound.
It's like you're gonna fight and tournament to the death with people that are monsters, but they do respect the laws of fighting one by one, but then if you will win, they're gonna tear your head apart.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
It's not the greatest screenwriting, but it's a good game.
It is a good movie. It's one of the best movies I've seen in my life, the new one.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, we had such a good time watching it.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. Yes.
But I loved bombing all my jokes at the Jeff Beck set.
Yeah.
That was my first going on
stage. It was also my
stage.
fault. I gave you some material.
Well, you
did
gave me
not
all the
work.
material. It's like, I had crickets, but it was actually, like, objectively good jokes.
Well,
So-
it's a lot of time what happened to me when I tell the jokes. To people.
but people understood what I was saying. They just chose not to laugh.
Only Nick's laugh. Only Nick laughs.
I saw
And
Nick
then-
laughing, and it was like the fact that people weren't really laughing made it funnier to me because, like, people were like, it was funny. It was funny. As I went, it's like, who's ready to see Jeff Beck? I was like, tough shit. It's us. It's funny.
Yeah, there's a big cheer for who wants to see Jeff Beck too, which I was like,
Yeah.
do they think he misspoke or do they not see what's coming?
That was great. And then I did the thing you told me. I was like, on the bass, Tao Wilkenfield. On the drums, Vinny Cayuta. He was happy. And
Oh yeah, everybody likes it.
and-
Does everyone know that Vinny played with Jeff?
I don't know. I
think I just made it up.
It's like
It's like a compliment.
it's a white man.
Yeah, I was upset. I didn't like what Tony Levin because it made no sense, and I didn't like what you said, Danny Rabin. I told you specifically say, I'm Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
That's what you should have said. And I'm Jeff Beck. That would have been great.
I'll do it the second show.
Okay.
I'll do a redemption.
All right. What other jokes did we have?
What was it? I wanted to do. I didn't do it, but I thought. Oh, yeah, that bombed the hardest. I said I tried to make the show authentic by buying a leather collar and pants and armband on Amazon, but my dominatrix stole them.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I wanted to say also that I'm an incarnation of him. I had to like, go to his house and choose all his belongings.
You had to do a line of his ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that one.
You can explain what the songs are about.
Oh, like Hammerhead?
Oh, yeah. What's about a guy that really has a hammer?
Hammerhead is what?
It's about a guy that really has a hammer.
A hammer.
Yeah.
It's just
It's about his boy toy. It would be great if you say that.
many people don't know, but this Hammerhead, this fucking guy,
This song goes.
Penis was crazy.
it's like
Talk about a shark attack.
This song goes to everybody that's packing a hug. Yeah, because the end of the level, I told you have two options. I guess I thought about a third one right now. One of them is about like she was fat and got skinny. The other one
Which
was because we ended as lovers. Like we used to be friends, but we ended as lovers. So she was fat and got skinny. She was skinny and got fat, and he was fat. And also,
what? I don't understand. You need to explain that joke.
what do you understand? I wrote lyrics about it, if you remember.
No, what's the lyrics?
I don't remember lyrics, but I remember what it was about. Like there were two friends, a man and a woman, and they were in the friend zone. And then she lost weight, and he looks at her, and she's like so sexy now, and now we're lovers. And the other one was like they were in the friend zone, and she didn't want him, but then she blew up, and she decided she does want him, and now we're lovers. And then what we probably should go with was there were two friends, and one of them had a man crush on the other one was straight, but then. Then he gave him, he roofed him and landed as lovers. Which you probably want to go there. So
I'm gonna totally go there. I'm gonna say that Stevie Wonder did.
Can we do like all Bill Cosby? Can we do all basically be all the song that will be about guys and being gay? Can we do that?
Yes,
I feel like people would love it.
dude. Because we ended this love also. It's like a Bill Cosby, inspired by Bill Cosby.
Two boys. Just everything there. Safe people love it. I feel like we joke.
Yeah. All right. So this because we ended as lovers. What else?
I don't know what's another song.
We had
The Pump. We definitely know what that's about.
The Pump.
We don't even need.
Yeah. Freeway Jam.
In The Pump, you can be like, the pump is about fucking and sucking. Like what?
Yeah.
What else?
Freeway Jam.
Which
Oh yeah.
about jamming at the rest area.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
That's what I
Slim
know.
Jim's in the back pocket.
All right. How about El Becco?
It's about this time in Cozumel.
All right. How about Star Cycle?
What is about it? What is stuff like that about?
That's a hard one.
Yeah. Just making
Did
love.
with David Bowie.
Making love under the stars.
Okay.
Did we play with David Bowie?
I think so.
When people used to be famous in the 80s, did they all play with each other, or did they have like, I don't like him, I don't like him?
I think they had some battles, but
Did they?
for the most part, probably not.
Like,
Okay. Then we have Blue Wind.
What's that about? I don't know.
And Never Alone.
Yeah.
It's about a guy named Wind.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Can you just, instead of just tell John's thing what he told people after the show?
What did he say?
About like, most tribute bands, people really love the music, but we just did it for the money, which is much cooler, because it's like, we don't even like this music, but can we play it? Oh yeah, we can play anything.
That's the worst thing to say in like the history of things to say.
Such unlikable behavior.
And like, I actually used to listen to Jeff Beck for a small period of time.
Well,
I just don't like that fucking song.
Yeah, but you had the best idea of the kind of band we should be, which is the Last Guy That Died cover band.
It wasn't. I thought it was. I thought it was obvious because Larry was saying it like, "Oh, I don't know. We maybe do something else when you think about what we're doing." And when I was like, "Yeah, see who dies this year."
Yeah.
Which is, that's how I thought we'd end up with Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we would have done it if Jeff Beck was alive, like we've been doing this since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. A lot of people, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Like Rick Beato, our babe.
No, they're just waiting for people to croak.
Yeah, and then immediately it's like, one child of the shelter. I loved him. Let's listen to a wind shoulder turn. It's called FIFA for Fun. Get with it. It's a good song. But that's what he said.
Yeah.
So
cool. Are we good for now? I think we're good in this podcast.
yeah.
Guys, we'll see you soon.